So what you're seeing here happened between 8:30 and 9 o'clock on May 27. But for the full story, we're going to have to rewind a little bit. Natasha and I spent most of the day in the Thorold St. Catharines area ship watching. And we like to have advance notice as to what's coming through. So we use a ship finding app for our phones. The one we use is Vessel Finder. There's other ones out there. And about mid-afternoon, we had seen that the Baie Comeau was just arriving in Port Colborne. So we were filming other ships in the Thorold St. Catharines area. So our plan was by mid-evening, the Baie Comeau should be arriving around Lock 7. And we would film it there. And then we knew that later in the evening, the Algo Sea was going to be arriving in Port Colborne, so the plan was, once we had filmed the Baie Comeau in Thorold, we would head to Port Colborne to catch the Algo Sea if possible. So we were starting to wonder when the Baie Comeau was going to arrive in the Thorold area because it seemed to be overdue. Upon checking our app, it was still sitting in Port Colborne, tied up just above Lock 8. Well, we don't know why. Maybe they're changing crew, some technical issue, whatever. So we decided that we were going to head to Port Colborne and still catch the Algo Sea because it was just starting to enter Lock 8. It would be tight, but we figured we could catch it. So we got to Port Colborne just in time to see the Algo Sea heading downbound from Lock 8. We got a little bit of footage, as you can see here. And then when we were done filming it, we looked over and we were saying, hey, the Clarence St Bridge is up and there's not supposed to be anything coming in. And we didn't think the Baie Comeau was doing anything. So we drove to the harbor entrance in order to see, and when we got to the Clarence St Bridge, a couple of cars had accumulated there. We pulled into the line. I put it in park, and I walked to the bridge so that I could look out into the harbor to see what was coming in. After all, the ship finding app didn't indicate that anything was inbound. So I looked out in the harbor, no, nothing there. And we knew that there was no upbound ship that should have been triggering the bridge to be up. So I looked around, there's other people kind of looking around. And then from one of the loudspeakers on the bridge comes a voice, "Look the other way." So I looked the other way, down the canal, and there's the Baie Comeau backing up. Basically backing out of the canal. Ships back up all the time, but generally this is not a normal practice to be backing up. So it was at that point that we pulled our car off of the road and Natasha and I started filming. At this point, I could see that there was deckhands that were within shouting distance. So I thought I would ask them what was going on. Were they running empty at this point, and basically they'd received orders to go to a different port, because that sometimes happens. So I thought I'd ask them what was going on and preface it with a little joke about, maybe they should have a backup beeper. And I don't know how true or accurate the answers they gave me were, but you can listen for yourself. Shouldn't you guys have a backup beeper? Shouldn't you have a backup beeper? Did they change your orders? No way.
with the bridge this close.
Sit, Indy, sit. Good dog.